Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Today we're going to talk about how to buy silver, coins and bars the right way. I get asked this question all of the time when we're talking about silver, whether it's solid silver bars or silver coins. People are asking, how do I get a good deal and make sure that I am not deceived? First off, I want to say that I always like to use my local coin shop because it is feeding the local economy and we're doing good by literally bringing our business to local coin shops. Now, a couple of things to think about when dealing with coin shops. First off, depending on where you are in the country, different states deal with taxing gold and silver coins or bars differently. To give you an idea, over in California, you have to buy a certain amount of gold or silver coins in order for it to be tax-free. I believe the number right now is around $1,500. But the point being is that every state has different rules when it comes to taxing gold and silver. Now, I have been told by a little squirrel that was doing some business at a local coin shop that if you went in there with cash, the coin shop actually went ahead and gave it to you tax-free. And I'm just saying, I heard that from a squirrel. That little squirrel has been doing a lot of gold and silver purchases. Let's just put it that way. Now, let's talk about the difference between coins and bars. Now, a lot of people would think it's pretty easy, right? You got a bar. It's just a square rectangular piece of metal, and you got a coin. It's a round, but that's not actually the case. You see, there's a couple different types of coins. So let's talk about this right here. It looks really, really neat. This right here looks just like a silver eagle, right? Well, that's because it is. No, it's not. Check this out really closely. You're gonna see, let's get this in focus. At the very bottom of that coin, it says SMI. But what's crazy is on the back side, it says United States of America, 1 troy ounce of 999 fine silver. So a lot of people would think that this was an American eagle, but it's not. This is a piece of bullion. This is 1 ounce, or what's referred to as a 1 ounce round. It is a replica or a remake of an expensive coin that's put out by the US Mint. That would be this. And I keep it in plastic because this is slabbed and graded. And I'll explain that in a second, but this is an American silver eagle. And you'll know that by it stating right here on the back, it says it's 1 troy ounce, and it also says it's worth $1, okay? So this was actually made in the mint, the US Mint, and it's worth a lot more over the spot price of silver than the one that looks very similar to it. That is a 1 ounce round. Now, so let's break down first off what is spot price. Spot price of silver or gold is the price that is derived from the trading floor of paper contracts that are handed back and forth, bought and sold back and forth on the stock exchange. That becomes the spot price. At any given second of the day, during when trading is open, the spot price can fluctuate higher and lower. Then you have the premium. So you have the spot price of the actual metal is valued at. Then you have the premium on top of that. Now the difference between premiums can vary drastically. And over the years, you would see certain silver coins like this American Silver Eagle, which used to, when the times were slow, have a price over spot around $4.95 to the very low side and about $6.95 over the price of silver for one of these coins. Whereas you would buy a generic piece of bullion, a 1 ounce round like this, and you could get these used to as low as 49 cents to $1.99 over spot. So that's what makes up the actual purchase price of either a coin or bar. You have the spot price, and then you add on the premium. So whoever is selling it, whether it be your local coin shop or an online dealer, they're going to have a markup. Now, today is a totally different day and age. After the government started printing money like crazy, things got a little nutty in the economy. People, investors, and even people that aren't investing started to store their value in gold and silver coins. So you had more people racing down to their local coin shop, to their online dealer, or their brokerage and purchasing and taking possession of physical silver coins, silver bars, whatever it is. And so what happened is there was so much pent up demand that started hitting the market. Since we saw more buyers than sellers, we saw the premiums on these products explode to the upside. Where, like I said, we used to see the American Silver Eagle from anywhere from, let's say, $4.95 over spot to, let's say, $6.95 over spot. We're now seeing premiums as high as $15, sometimes $20. So first things first, what do? I like buying the cheapest possible. I don't like collector coins. I don't like paying high premiums for collectibles or for things that are rare, any of that stuff. I don't like it. Now, if I can go get it at a good price, somewhere near the price that I get these normal products from that I'm gonna show you, then I'll go and jump on it. Why? Because there is some type of perceived value there that I've been able to get for nothing. So I'll jump on those in a second, but I don't chase premiums. Now, there's a couple differences between the different types of coins out there. You have nationally minted coins like the Silver Eagle, like I said. And then every country, or just about, lots of major countries come out with nationally minted coins. So right here is a silver maple produced by the Canadian Mint. There are other coins that are put out, like the Britannia and other national mints that put out sovereign coins. They're stamped with the value of that currency, and like this, the Canadian maple, it's 1 ounce of fine silver, and it has a face value, instead of $1, where the US Silver Eagle is $1, this has a face value of $5. So you can see how that varies from country to country. Now, the last thing I would ever do is use this to buy $5 Canadian dollars worth of goods. Obviously, they're worth a lot more. But a lot of people like to seek out the nationally minted coins because they feel that they're a safer bet, they're easier to identify, and harder to fake. So you have the nationally minted. Then you have, like what I showed you earlier, with these coins right here, just generic bullion rounds. These are just bullion rounds that could have something as easy as a Christmas, a scene, to just something like this, where we have, there we go, just general, whatever message they want to put. Point being is they're normally 1 ounce, and they're fine silver, 1 troy ounce, equal to or greater than 0.999 fine silver. Then you move into the bar territory. And you can have bars just like this that are what's called hand poured. It has that look of an older rustic style bar where it's poured, and they tend to have lower premiums. And you can get bars anywhere from 1 ounce to 5 ounce, 10 ounce, and then you could even go up from there to 100 ounce bars and 1,000 ounce bars. The biggest takeaway of these bar sizes and their premiums is you usually have the highest premium being associated with the smallest bar. So a 1 ounce bar is gonna usually have the highest premium, and then the premiums will drop per ounce for the larger bars. Now, one of my favorite types of silver to buy is junk silver. And a really neat website I want you to go take a look at is coinflation.com. Take a look at all of it's really neat. They separate the face value times the current price of silver multiplied by the weight of each coin, and it shows you literally to the second price of what everything is worth, how much a silver dime is worth in melt value, how much a silver quarter is worth, and so on. So let's define what junk silver is first off. Junk silver is silver that was made before and up to 1964. We're talking about dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Now, from 1965 on, for a few years, they continued after they stopped making 90% silver coins, and that's what junk silver is. It's comprised of 90% silver and then some base metals to add strength. After 1964, for a few years, they continued that program with the half dollars, but I keep those away because those are only 40% silver and 60% base metal. I like to stick with the 90%. So there's a couple different reasons why I like it. So first off, they're very easy to identify. Why? Well, let's take a look at this silver quarter. This silver quarter, dated 1954. There's one thing about this quarter that is different than any other quarter. When you line it up to other quarters, you see how that's perfectly silver? the edge. When you line that up with a stack of other quarters, you'll notice that there's copper showing through on all the other quarters, because that's primarily one of the metals that makes the new currency, right? The new quarters. Anything from 1965 on. When you stack them up, it is very identifiable which one of these is real silver. The other thing is, these have not been made since 1964. So every year, more and more of these get dumped in the trash, they're lost in the dirt, in pocket change, and they literally go away forever. So to me, this is collectible and this is history. But out of this, we'll start with, you saw the quarters, now we have half dollars. And again, junk silver half dollars have a couple different types. You have the Benjamin Franklin. Really clean Benjamin Franklin, but then what I really like is the older ones. We've got a couple different ones. The Barber half dollar. This is one from 1910. You could see it's got a lot of wear on it. And what I like about this is look at the history. This is undeniably different from the Ben Franklin. And you could see they are the exact same size. So it's very neat to be able to see how different they are. So when you see these, I don't necessarily like to pay premiums, but what's neat is when you go to coin shops and you buy junk silver, there could be a lot of these in the junk silver with the Benjamin Franklins and things like that. And I really like to hold on to these. Why? Because there's only so many of them there, and it shows how old they are. Then we've got the Walking Liberty half dollar, a very, very distinctive design that is different from any other half dollar. And again, this is completely different than the half dollars that you're used to. Now, the most favorite that I like out of all junk silver are silver dimes. Now, we've all seen what a dime looks like, but this is a real silver dime. And it looks identical to the dime you have today, minus the date. The date's, this one, it's dated 1964, but check this out. Look at this amazing dime. This is a Mercury head dime. Unbelievable. Totally different than any dime you've seen probably before. And again, totally identifiable because it's different. So it looks like silver, and it appears like silver more because it doesn't look like today's currency, okay? The reason why I like silver dimes is, if you think about it, as of today, the melt value in this silver dime is at $1.81, all right? And that's with silver sitting around $25 an ounce. So let's say that you paid $2.50 for this dime. When people want silver and they want it bad, not everybody has a lot of money. Not everybody has money for a 10-ounce bar. But how many people have got $5 in their pocket? Now think about this. How many people, when silver's going crazy and they don't have a lot of money, and you go, you know what, this swing's only worth $1.81 and I paid $2.50. If anybody wants it, I'll take $4 for it, $5. Almost anybody will drop $4 or $5 out of their wallet to take this little tiny piece of silver home. And the reason why is because it's just an extra buck. Who cares? We see people throw dollars away on everything, including lottery tickets. So that's why I like silver dimes the most. Also, what's really interesting about junk silver is when the market gets tight, it's the first metal in the entire class of silver coins or silver bars that gets sucked up into nothing. And so you can really tell when it's hard to get a hold of junk silver online or in your dealers, your local coin shop, you know the market's getting tight. Let's talk about different collectible coins, okay? Because I think collectible coins have their spot, but again, I don't like to pay anything extra, so I'm gonna give you an example. This is a coin out of the Australian Perth Mint. I don't remember the name of the series, but it's very identifiable because it's from the Perth Mint. And the Perth Mint puts out these coins and they only put out so many. And if you buy them at the right time of the year, you pay an exceptionally low price over spot. So instead of buying silver eagles, there's a lot of times that I would buy these coins because I would say, you know what, I'm gonna pay close to the premium, but I'm gonna get a lot more in the future because they only make so many of these. Now, something else I wanna talk about, this video isn't about gold, but I'm gonna give you an example. This is a piece of gold, a collector, and this is a very small gold coin that's in this plaque. Now I would never have paid this, but this was a limited edition. There was literally 9,999 of these made from the American Mint. And inside of this slab is a very small gold coin. Now, what you will need to understand about gold and silver coins, when they do these fractional coins and they start to break them down less than 1 ounce, like a half ounce, quarter ounce, 1/8 of an ounce, and they get even smaller. The premium that you pay for those smaller cuts goes up exponentially. So you have to be very, very aware of that. The same goes for collectible coins, coins that were dated after a certain date, like usually in 1920s and older, right? Or in the 1800s. These carry massive, massive premiums. And a lot of people have bought into the theory that the government cannot take those because they're collectibles. Well, I'll tell you this. The way I look at it is that I don't want to invest a ton of money to get back a little bit of silver in hopes that, because of the fear that I'm going to have my stuff confiscated. I would rather invest and get the most amount of metal possible for my dollar. That's just the way that I look at it. Again, we're going to come back to the Silver Eagle. This coin right here was put into a slab, a plastic protective case from SGS, and it is graded and it has a barcode. Now, these coins can sell for a lot over spot because the company graded them, they're certified, and there's all kinds of different companies. That's not what this video is about, but my point is that I would never have bought these and paid the price that the company wanted, okay? I literally bought these for $5 over spot. Why? Because somebody had a coin collection with a ton of these and they wanted to get rid of it because they needed some money for probably something they couldn't afford. So I went ahead and grabbed them. Why? Because I knew that down the road when I go to sell them, hey, there might be somebody that care about the coin value and coin collectors, I'll do it. But once again, I go back to not overspending on my silver. So I'm big against fractional coins. I don't like anything smaller than 1 ounce. Why? Because I'm throwing my money away for smaller amounts, okay? And a lot of people buy those not only for the protection of, well, you know, the collectors, for the protection from the government, they buy smaller denominations because they believe that they're going to barter with silver and gold. I personally do not believe that. And so if I ever needed really small amounts to barter, there's never been a time since Jesus walked on this earth that we did not have a fiat currency. So I know that if I needed smaller denominations to do commerce, I would simply take my silver and gold and go and exchange some of it for currency at that time to do my dealings with, my business with. So in essence, don't get trapped by all of the traps. Even something like this where you see something amazing like this and you go, holy cow, it's a ½ pound of silver and it's a Silver Eagle. It's not. It's just a piece of bullion. It's not there. It's pure silver. Do not get trapped by the marketing schemes. Do not get trapped by the slabbing of coins, the collectors. Keep your costs low, and I always suggest going for the lowest amount over spot. Do your due diligence. Go to multiple coin shops. Get to know your coin dealers. They are going to be a key asset because when stuff comes in and they know that they can trust you, and when you say you're going to come in and buy it, you're going to buy it, they can call you on the phone and say, hey, Bill, hey, Susie, I got 500 Silver Eagles just came in and the guy wants $2 over spot. How about this? I'll sell it to you for $4 over spot. You say yes or no, and you're down there with cash and everything works out great. Get to know your local coin dealers. Also, get to know the online dealers. You know, there's a lot to say about the smoking deals out there, and there are good deals every once in a while. But the other thing is are they going to deliver? Is there a difference between having a licensed broker to handle the precious metal purchase, someone that you can call all the time, as opposed to getting online with an online dealer because you saved $1 and you're going to get a different person every time. If there's a problem with the delivery, it's taking longer than it should, or something didn't come the proper way, you have one person that you're talking to, someone that's licensed. So you want to think about that as well. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll put links to a company that I trust for physical delivery of gold and silver coins that I've done business with, but other than that, still do your due diligence, and the most important part is you're getting the most metal in your pocket, in your possession for your dollar. I'll also put links to a company that I use to vault my metal. If that is a consideration of yours, I'll give you that link so you can see a company that I do business with, that I trust, and everything's been working great there. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.